Into what dark place will you take the light of Christ? That question's been haunting me for the last couple of weeks. Someone posed it to me at the beginning of the year, and it's really got me thinking. You see, I'm a huge goal setter. I mean, really big. I don't just set goals. I set them and I set them again, and I think about them, I write them, I rewrite them, I brainstorm, I go through all sorts of crazy processes. But when this question was challenged to me, I hadn't considered that at all. In all of my goal setting and everything that I've been thinking, that simple question, into what dark place will you take the light of Christ? And maybe immediately think of Matthew chapter 5, verse 14, where it says, "We are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden." I've known that verse for a very long time, and I've always been a little bit confused by it because Jesus is the light, but it says that we are the light. Now, I get that the inference is that Jesus is inside of us as followers of Him, and then therefore we're the light of the world. I really started thinking about it, and so I dug in a little bit deeper. I found this translation in the Message, and I think that it bears it pretty quickly. In Matthew 5:14, it says, "Here's another way to put it. You're here to be light, bringing out the God colors in the world. God is not a secret to be kept. We're going public with this, as public as a city on a hill. If I make you light bearers, you don't think I'm going to hide you under a bucket, do you? I'm putting you on a light stand. Now that I've put you there on a hilltop, on a light stand, shine. Keep open house. Be generous with your lives. By opening up to others, you'll prompt people to follow up with God in heaven. This generous Father." Now this translation, this light bearers, is really incredible. And so I really enjoyed thinking of myself as a light bearer, that Jesus is the light and we are bearing Him throughout the world. It then takes me to Hebrews 1:3, where it says that He, Jesus, is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of His being, sustaining all things by His powerful word. When you look up the Greek word of radiance, it's really, really hard to pronounce, so I won't try. But it basically means to radiate from a light source. Think of the sun. You and I and everyone else in the world have never actually seen the sun, S-U-N, the center of the Milky Way. None of us. We only see the rays of the sun. And in the same way, Jesus radiates the glory of God the Father. He is the radiance of God's glory. So right here and now, you've probably, as a Christian, been encouraged to witness or evangelize or tell your friends, whatever the case may be. And sometimes this is daunting, and sometimes it's overwhelming, and sometimes it just seems difficult. Think of it this way. There are dark places in this world that need the light of Jesus. Someone in your life, someone that you know who is addicted and needs help, they need the radiance of God's glory. Someone who's been abandoned and they're broken and they've been abused, they need the radiance of God's glory. Someone is hungry, someone is in help, they need the radiance of God's glory. You, me, all of us, we need the radiance of God's glory. So when we ask the question, in what dark place will you take the light of Christ? We're saying, where will you take the radiance of God's glory? It is inside of us. And who are we to keep it to ourselves? Like the verse said, we're going public with this thing, as public as a city on a hill. So by all means, share the radiance of God's glory in every dark place you know.